Last week, I posted a video talking about how viable Guardian's going to be in the CC metagame during RTN season. Since then, Jarl won Battlehardened Barcelona, which was super awesome to see. Jarl has been people's second deck choice. He's been on the back of the shelf since he came out. So to see him win a Battlehardened and get his time in the sun is absolutely awesome. I'm so happy to see Jarl getting some love and winning events. One of the biggest follow-up questions I have gotten about my video from last week is why is Roiling Fissure not in my deck, and do I think it's worth having in any of my Guardian lists? Today, we're going to break down Roiling Fissure, talk about the pros and the cons, why it works, why it doesn't work, and if you should be playing it during RTN season. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. Before we can understand whether we should be playing Roiling Fissure or not, we have to understand what the card does. Roiling Fissure is a Guardian non-attack action that blocks for 3 at blue, and it costs X and 1. This says, destroy an aura with cost X or less, then you may destroy a seismic surge you control. If you do, repeat this process, and the card has go again. My first thought when I saw this card was, man, we can play Tectonic Plating, Grandeur of Valhalla, Seismic Stir, all of these cards that generate seismic surges to make this work. Then I took a step back, and my second thought was, why would I play all of these suboptimal cards just to make this other blue 3-block work inside of my deck? Now, when we talk about why the card does or does not work, there are some obvious reasons that it's really good. You're able to use Roiling Fissure to clear a Miragai. You're able to use it to clear Malefic incantations or Rune Chants. You can even get a Channel Lightning Valley with it. This card has a lot of upside, but there's actually some really cool hidden upside that I think a couple of people haven't really talked about yet. And maybe that's because the Hunted is so new, but you can actually destroy Felty tokens with this. And against a lot of these redline Fang lists, that goes a long way. Roiling Fissure taking Felties off the board, especially early on in the game, can be really, really powerful and really help slow down your opponent. Against Aurora, you can also not only get Channel Lightning Valleys, you can also get Embodiment of Lightning. If you've played against Aurora enough times, you know that sometimes there's a chance they don't have natural go again, so that embodiment really turns on their turn, which means destroying the Embodiment of Lightning could get you a lot of value. One of the other things that I think people aren't really talking about is that this card gets really good value against new. When we play Guardian, we want to make all of our blues as bad as possible because we're trying to let new hurt us less, basically, with her hero ability. Roiling Fissure basically does nothing for them. It doesn't get any value, it can't attack us, it's just another blue 3-block, and it's not a defense reaction either, which means if they banish it, it doesn't really matter. So this actually fits really well into our blue slot when we're looking to play against new. Although Roiling Fissure has some really cool synergies and is very powerful, there are 3 main downsides we have to consider before we talk about adding this to our deck. The first one being the lack of synergy that this card has with pretty much all of the Guardian weapons. Roiling Fissure can never make Titan's Fist a 4-power attack. Roiling Fissure can never make a Nothos a 6-power attack. Roiling Fissure can never make Redwood Hammer a 4-power attack because it's not an Earth card. And if you reveal this off of a Miller's Grindstone Clash, you're going to lose. So one of the biggest downfalls about this card is that it does have a lot of lack of synergy with all of the current Guardian weapons we're using across the class right now. The second biggest one is that if you're playing this in Victor, you're adding another losing Clash card to your deck. This is important because in Victor, we're already playing Trounce, Test of Strength, Pummel, Rouse the Ancients, or we're playing Visit the Goldman Estate. There's a lot of cards that already lose clashes inside of Victor, so this is a tough card to add to our deck because it kind of works against what we're trying to do with Victor's hero ability. It's something to keep in mind, and to be honest, this card's probably not worth adding to your Victor list. The upside does not outweigh the downside here. The third option that we're going to talk about here and why I think this is ultimately a downfall is that really you're only getting rid of one thing. If you're going to try to get rid of multiple things, you have to lean into Grandeur of Valhalla, or you have to lean into Tectonic Plating, or even Seismic Stir. You have to start playing these suboptimal cards we talked about earlier in the video to really be able to destroy multiple things here. And I just don't think that's worth it. Tunic gets you a lot of value. Grandeur could be okay in the right build, and I just don't think Seismic Stir is worth playing at all. It's a 2-block, like it's just not it at all in my opinion. So only being able to get one thing makes this kind of like an okay card, but never really absolutely insane, because you're never going to sweep like 5 Rune Chants with this, or you're never going to get like 3 Spectral Shields with this. So you really have to like pick your moments wisely on when you're going to use Roiling Fissure and what you want to target. When you're deciding whether to add this card to your Guardian deck or not, I would say, especially at an RTN, you need to be analyzing your local metagame. Most RTNs are only between 15 and 30 people, and if you know a lot of the people coming to that event, then you can really get an idea of if you're going to play against Enigma or Viscerai a lot, which are the 2 big matchups you're going to get a lot of value from this card in. Otherwise, you're probably better off to just play like cards that work in the deck normally and not trying to tech so heavily for this. But if you're at a bigger event, Viscerai and Enigma are very popular right now, so I think having this in a lot of the decks could be popular. Playing this in Victor, I said this a minute ago, but playing this in Victor just doesn't work in my opinion. But I do think that if you're teching for Viscerai and Enigma, this fits really well into Jarl, Betsy, or Bravo, depending on which one you're looking to play at your next event. Guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think about Roiling Fissure and any success or tragic stories you may have about this card. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.